2 games down, 3 more left to go. Let's go to the match leaderboard. The game has already started, so let's just go straight on in. Boom, called it. Let's go. Game 3 begins. Last one on Erangel, and it's a better plane to start things off this time around.
Yeah, everything. I mean, other than potentially seeing that situation again on the West Coast, if pros don't snake decide to drop with the gas cans again, we know how that started off. But
they are. It's a little more towards the east, though.
Yeah, so maybe coming down towards God Compound, but obviously gas cans can't make it to military, so they're committed to that audible. Norkis looking like he's maybe still on the porcelain throne, so he's dropping over on the West Coast solo.
Purdy.
Yeah, this is
ruins.
You good? You good, Kurt?
I guess. I don't know. This.
I mean, historically,
this is imagine. Yeah.
Historically, this is something that SDK used to do with their 70 drop. It started as a 70 drop, and then it was like 170, one at the Yasnaya gas station, one at Nolene, and then like one pretty much on the northern side of the Rozhok Bridge, and then one in 70. So, it's not something completely weird.
Are you saying 70, like the number?
70.
Oh, okay.
Severity.
Got it.
Sorry. Severity.
Sorry, you really got to hit that that American accent.
One would always drop into the garage in Severity. Somebody was roasting me for the way I say potato. How do you say potato?
Potato. That's pretty on.
Potato.
Is it because you hit the final T pretty hard?
Potato.
That must be it, but no, doesn't seem weird to me. I mean, it's not nearly as bad.
I'm off the hook then. I'm off the hook. That's fine.
Yeah, it's not nearly as bad as you guys saying blueberry.
Or ranch.
Or ranch. Oh God, I didn't even know about that one.
Ranch.
Hey. Unfortunately, this game doesn't have the same early game action for gas cans or really any other team. Oh, okay. Oh, I say that. I set that one up perfectly, didn't I? Boxic taking a bit of a trip.
He almost went. He almost went as far as Wooly did in game 1. To be fair.
Oh, sorry. I gotta catch my breath.
That was brilliant. Where did the second car come from?
It wasn't a second car. He popped out the driver's side and got caught between the vehicle and the fence.
Okay.
And I think because his teammate was gonna take the car further down south and just hit the gas pedal immediately, that might have been what did it. But okay. Anyway. Well, let's all calm down and let's look at the first phase. Heavily on the east side. Not as much water as game number 1, but still a fair bit. So we're going to see another wild, I think, early game on Erangel, and maybe into the mid and late game. We're going to have to see, of course. But not that many teams currently in the circle just yet.
Oregano.
Oh, my God.
Oregano.
Really? Oregano?
Yeah, no,
really?
I say oregano, yeah.
Oh. And I guess
you guys say basil, right? Not basil.
Basil. I say basil.
Okay.
Yeah, for some reason I'm able to sort of let that one go a lot more.
Okay, that's fair. McCoy actually, interesting enough, McCoy actually dropped into Nolene, and he's already over here opposite the glass house at Flat Top before the rest of his team have left Yasnaya. So that's pretty impressive. But now he's got himself stuck between the door and the US. He's still stuck.
That's a little less impressive.
You good, dude?
There it is. All right, there we go. Listen, he just really needs to get into the office to file his papers. Was there?
Yeah, just close the door. Walk away. Nobody's watching. Nobody saw. The perfect crime. I'm going to need you to fly in there and see if there's any good loot in that room. I do need to know if there's anything worth getting in that room. Let's take a little look in the downstairs office. Ooh, he's going to be kicking himself. He's going to be kicking himself.
Yeah. His teammates arrive and say, "Hey, what's loot left?" Oh no, not made. Nothing in there.
If somebody runs out of 5.56 in this game, it's not going to be pretty.
It's very much McCoy's fault. A lot of teams rotating into the circle, trying to take central positions, but no fighting just yet. A couple of itty bitty splits by the
Yeah.
teams. Clueless being one of them. This is an area of the map that you can actually get away with it
Well,
pretty fairly.
yeah, I was going to say if we make the comparison to what we said in game one, this is one where you can send an early scout because there's a lot more options in terms of. I don't think everybody's gonna commit to that early scout play, so you can send one out. They can kind of drive around, see if they catch any contact anywhere from any of these compounds, and as I say that,
that's some contact. Michael's received a lot of it. Oh, I say that he's actually pretty good on HP. I think the white health bar with the gray name tag.
It's not
isn't
ideal.
the easiest to read, but I think he's still at full HP.
But he's had to settle for. I mean, this is fairly shit to be honest. I mean, we did see. I think it was Zenith last week. Kickstart was in Michael's shoes, and they had this exact same split in a similar circle, maybe slightly off to the north and to the west a bit more. Maybe this is it. This is the textbook heaven split now, Cam.
It is. I think Zenith on Friday actually had an even more egregious split. They were almost like continents away from each other. It was wild. I remember seeing that and really trying to break down how worthwhile it was or not. They didn't really have to follow up too much off of that because the next circle, I believe, shifted heavily towards the north. That was where it was like just south of Stalber ending, I believe. Ooh, okay. Early start for STK.
STK and ATC are back into it. Yep. Let's go.
I'm sure STK are pretty happy getting the first tags. I'm surprised to see STK actually in front of ATC's rotation. Usually ATC like to rotate first, if purely just to try and catch STK off.
ATC, this is the most split rotation I've seen in a while. Marsalek is over here. Norkis is still barely past shooting range. And Sharpshot's passing Nolene. So Marsalek's got himself to a good spot, but it's like 2 kilometers away from the rest of his teammates.
Listen, they'll get there eventually, okay? It's like when you text your homie and say, hey, I'm 5 minutes away when you're only just now hopping into the shower.
Yeah, be there in 5.
Be there in 5. Rarity now, they're actually rolling up. Should kill more potential shots for them. Pretty curdy. Oh, Subtle just swings out the side and gets the knock. It's going to be a potentially difficult kill from the finish. I say that, though. They turn around. They want this.
It's just going to go for the plane run over, maybe?
Maybe. I think Alo's trying to put a bit of pressure, but no, Deadeye's just... I thought he was stopping on the side of that hill. No, he's going to drive away. Maybe they thought that Purdy was by himself since that was the only gun that they heard. Going to try and go for that easy point, but now that Alo has made himself seen and potentially the rest of STK over towards the east, they decide that it is not in their best decision to sort of take that fight. I say that Subtle on the side of the hill, taking a couple of shots. I think he also just lost his vehicle, so
yeah,
there it goes.
Oh my god, please run over Uncivil. Please run
over Uncivil.
That would have been amazing. Oh, Uncivil looking like he wants to take the bolt duel with San Diego Rarity.
Still going. It knows what the circle is. It's trying to group up, trying to get inside the next play zone.
Yeah. The vehicle's still rotating to where they should be going. What the hell is Deadeye doing? Sorry, bring the map back up. What? This is the fear that SDK strikes in the hearts of other teams in this lobby. They see that they knocked Kurt, and Deadeye is just like, nope, I'm going Stalber.
Nope, I'm out. I'm out. I'm gonna go to a completely different map. Actually, there's a helicopter pad up there. Take me to Vikendi, please. Look at this. SDK immediately going into Yasnaya. I say going. It looks like they're just going through it. Bit of an interesting rotation there. I've never actually seen someone drive through a city instead of just the highway surrounding it. But they want a better position than that, going quite close to Central, and it's a free rotation over that field. Yeah, a lot of teams are closer towards the eastern side, so there's not a lot of pressure there just yet.
I was going to say, Sonic's pulling away towards the half barn here. Gave up the yellows for them. A little bit of damage going on to SDK, and actually Mime going to pluck Kurt out. That's his second knock as well. He's out in the open. You got to assume that's going to be a kill going over to Sonics and SDK losing. Well, unless they can... No, Sonics have got to back off now because of the pressure from Heaven, so they are actually going to get away with this res. in the
Yeah.
nick of time.
I think that there was just a little bit of a lip to break that line of sight. It would have been a difficult run, and actually Keenan might have an angle. It's really hard to tell from this distance, and he's also another bolt action with a 4x, and he's also distracted by a lot of targets surrounding Heaven. This is why this compound is so powerful, because it can see in so many directions. And it's dead center this time around. So another shooting gallery game potentially here for Veritas, like game number 1 was.
Keenan fancying the bolt this time around. Okay.
Rotations coming into play. Not a lot of real action there. Most of the teams were already in the general area. There were those, what was that, 3 or 4 teams on the north side, closer to Stallber, that have all seemed to make their way inside the circle. Hexade leaning out the side. Trying to spot something.
That's efficiency right there.
Push.
That's efficiency with scouting.
And moving at the same time. Oh, well, I guess they didn't scout far enough. Oh, no, those shots are a lot further away than it looked at first. Those are all the way from the Sonics. And that is enough, though, to push them into Pros Don't Snake. I thought they were going to go for what is it, the RV compound, trailer park. Yeah, they're going to go there eventually. A little bit of a detour first time through. When they realized that those shots were not from that compound, they were actually past it. And yeah, here Hella comes rotating up. Greg's shot is stopped, though. Eventually wants to take this fight.
I did see SDK and ATC getting into it as well. Where's that? I mean, that's way over towards Volcano, so.
Next circle.
That's a yikes, though. That's a yikes.
Heavily favors the south. And that area between Veritas and Comets is pretty wide open. There are a couple of dips that you can try and hide in, but it's nothing comfortable. But SDK, they'd rather just try and bail for it first and get there and at least pick up a couple of more points. But I can imagine they're going to be taking a fair bit of damage from this rotation. Surely. It's not going to be this free, is it? It's not going to be this simple. It's not going to be this easy.
We say with bated breath.
Veritas have a little bit of an angle still, but it's no real damage. Clueless as well. Okay, Uncivil took a big chunk there. Yeah, the angle isn't super great. To say that. Nick, potentially, and that's actually a rotation. Who is that leaving? Uncivil doesn't want this at all. He's not comfortable here. Or maybe he just wanted to go for the crate?
Potentially, yeah. Lamp's actually going to find Uncivil. We know that actually SDK aren't feeling super fresh. I've taken a little bit of damage coming into here, and now, I mean, all eyes are on them, to be honest. Kurt actually coming back here. This, I don't know about. Is he going to lose his... No, I think the vehicle's just out of line of sight.
I don't know. If they do enough damage to the hood of the vehicle, maybe it'll go up in smoke. I don't think they're going to lose their tires from this position. While we're watching this, though, I am seeing some fights happening, a lot of other positions on the map, just because of how risky it is to go towards center, and we still have 16 teams alive. A big pan out, and we see... pan, PUBG, get it? Sonics, we saw on the kill feed, do a lot of damage to Pros Don't Snake, and now it's Fabled up to bat now as well. Shrimzy taking down Greg Shot. Really coming in and trying to take command of this entire situation. Dirty Zin is forced to go underground. Airy to see the light of day again.
Sharu now finding Kurt. We know that was his third down. He's actually going to get immediately flushed, but 3 teams in the mix at shelter, if you can call Zin a team.
Zin's put up some numbers before, but I don't think this is a situation that you can expect too much from him or really anyone in his situation. First opponent out, Veritas. Their tenure at the top of the Ivory Tower, at the top of Heaven. Heaven's Gates is being pushed. Rumblers have had enough. They want to push this. The full surround, using that hill to block the line of sight from the south side to take this push and wrap around Veritas fairly easily. The shift pulls away from them, though, so the Rumblers still want to commit to this engagement.
I was going to say, this is the thing now, because Rumblers have got their setup around the compound, it's going to make it so difficult for Veritas to get out. Now that they have to move, Rumblers can kind of just reposition all the way around these ridges.
I think they're just waiting for the first initial knock, whether it's from grenade, from utility, or from the wrong end of a gun. Ooh, McCoy spots someone being a little too curious, a neighbor peeking out side of the window. Gonna tap him in the head, and it's another headshot from Waldo, but Keenan right in the face of the bolt action. That is why you run that weapon. That's gonna force a member of Rumblers to try and go for the revive, making this a 2-on-4. And, well, no, Lewis wants to take this directly to them.
I think, actually, this is a really good play from Loss. If he can just... Oh, not sure about taking 1v1 on the stairs. Or unless he... Okay. As I say, unless he gets that knock and he can back out, but I mean, the problem is if he plays the outside, maybe they just flood him with utility. Doesn't know what the nade situation is, so I mean, I like being proactive there, trying to take control of the situation. But Rumblers should still be able to set up in a position where they can hold Veritas in. Destinator going to find Luke 12 as well. STK still taking casualties elsewhere. Waldo now wrapping over towards the south side of Heaven. This is exactly what I was talking about.
Problem is, the blue is pushing in, and at one point, even if you're able to pick up all 4 points onto Veritas, where can you go from there? Waldo's still trying to take control, more headshots, more damage, but again, no knock.
How was that not?
Finish it off. I don't know.
The first shot removed his helmet, and then he hit a body shot.
Or did he? Maybe he missed the second shot. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Point is, Veritas still have 4 up, and that's the real heartbreaker. So many opportunities, so many engagements that almost led to a Veritas knock. Not going to find it. And now Gaxi gets dropped. Now Waldo, I believe.
Yeah.
Is the one remaining.
Keenan going to style him with a bolt again. Go on. Oh, okay. Maybe not. Michael finds it anyway.
He wasn't going to hit it anyway. Or maybe he was, I don't know. That's what Michael was saying, at least. And now it's just McCoy to try and salvage as much as he can for the Rumblers. And look, no one is center, including STK, who you can see in the kill feed. They're in engagement on the east side. And there's a lot of teams here on the east. But of course, this is Prison on the southeast. So many teams trying to take control of this high ground. I say control. For a lot of them, it's more survival.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of clusters where we've got a cluster over to shelter. 4 teams surrounding Prison. Now, there is a barrel singing over there. I don't know who has an infinite an infinite mag over there, but yeah, maybe that's not accurate. Icy Flex now trying to get some shots onto Sharpshot on this 2-seater as he rotates towards him. The Illusion just have to hold on to what they've got right now. Down to a duo. Can't really be pressuring inside.
Trying to pressure Sharpshot. They know that there's 1 kill left, waiting for the peak. Ooh, imagine you would have hit more with that. There he goes. A couple more. Oh, but Show! 9 HP. And Icy Flex on the alternate angle. Find the shots needed. Sharpshot gets the first aid kit up. It's a really tricky situation,
that should be
but
it.
This is where
if the nade bounces right,
shines. It bounces over. It bounces right on top of him. Well played. Well placed. Well cooked. And Show's going to get the final kill onto ATC. But Icy Flex also gets knocked. Going to go for the revive. The circle has centered up. And where do you play here? STK stole that position on the east side. I'm surprised from Dodge.
Did STK wipe elusive in there? Did we miss that?
They must have.
Oh my god.
I mean, fair play to them. I mean, they've lost Kurt, like I said, they're down to 3, but STK just managed to like weasel their way out of like the worst spots ever. I mean, the pull up in the field, like any other team there dies. Any other team there dies.
Luke trying to keep his team alive a little longer. They still need to get inside the circle, and as they have already experienced, where in the world can you go? So I think the kill points onto Clueless might be
Yeah.
a little more desirable in this particular situation. I say that, they're actually just going to smoke themselves, smoke off their retreat, and push down towards the south, but do they know what they're running into? Because there's a number of teams still trying to fight for the ability to leave prison. Dodge and Duel specifically, gas cans holding the outside. Now Clueless is trying to set up a car fort just barely inside the zone.
I was just saying they have kind of two options. If they play the south side of this plateau, I don't think the cross over the road is the right choice for me. You can see Luke now coming back over to try and aggress onto Clueless. Whether or not he's...
Vehicle?
Yeah. Might get baited by this, actually. The audio queue actually no, going to open up. Doesn't find that first knock. Does manage to get onto the crate now, so it's going to require a little bit of a counter peek from an HS. But Luke's going to shut that down. And here you go. The collapse comes in from SDK. Halo now. Fantastic angle onto Sharu. And there you go. Deals with it. We already know that the vehicle went elsewhere. So that gives SDK a little bit of a foothold. And there you go. Luke will find Nick as well. I mean, it's just so impressive to watch these guys do stuff like this. It's no options. They realize how bad the choice is to run across the road and just kind of push it. And it's like, well, actually, let's just take these kill points before we make a bad decision that we're going to do anyway, because Uncivil's got a cross.
Yeah, that's the thing. Uncivil still made the cross. Luke and Alo stayed behind, but I don't know what the cross was for. Perhaps
now
it was
they're
for
gonna,
a circle shift just like this.
Dude, they're going to farm all of this as well. If they can get line of sight on this, Veritas are hurting right now.
Yeah, it's been a rough retreat from them. Still 4 up if they can get the revive, but Yaxley doesn't want to let that happen. Actually, Leda was holding the line. And there it is. Yaxley gets another knock. No, actually, it's coming out from Vegas, I believe. And that is Veritas eliminated in less than 10 seconds by the Comets. It's their first 4 points, but it's 4 points that they will gladly take. But they're also in another rough situation of where in the world can they go. You see STK fire in their direction. The gas cans, they're trying to take control of the south side here, trying to find an angle, but Rip, able to find just, I don't know what angle that was.
No, things gonna slow down a little bit here. Duel still right on top of Dodge. Actually, no, they've just fallen. Sorry, I got baited by the player tags there. Dodge did manage to deal with them, so now they've got to spin around and deal with STK.
A bit wounded, but that Molly looks good. Doesn't matter because Adam's shots are even better, or even gooder. Gonna take that knock. Gonna finish off that kill. Put their kill points up to 5. But they know that there are more STK players lurking around somewhere. You can never truly be comfortable, especially now that Alo finds Adam. It's all to Lamp. In a 1 versus 2. Tries to flick onto Luke. Doesn't land the shots, and it only gives his position away. Potential flash to try and slow the push. And a counter flash forces Lamp to fall away. Again, the peaks are coming out. Finds the first knock. Is able to prone down. In fact, going to go on the aggressive.
That's clutch.
Expecting Alo to fall away and potentially go for the revive. But no, he's going to stay that line. 10 kills for STK. A good attempt there from Lamp. But now, how does Alo get out of this situation?
Kill himself. Oh, no, that nade. Oh, my God. That nade was huge from Honey Badger. That's like a max range throw right there.
Yeah, it bounced just a little bit outside that I thought it was going to be okay for Alo. But now they fall back. They actually were in this tower for the longest time, fell away, picked up kills, picked up points, and now they are back with the high ground control and the defensiveness of this tower. Fabled are wounded. Comets are taking a lot of shots from so many different positions. I think the gas cans have the best spot in the circle right now, but it could easily be turned away if the Comets continue to put the pressure. I say that. Vegas is the one to get down by Niku's. And so it's more utility have to be deployed by the Comets.
And again, well, I was going to say Comets probably going to be out of options after this, but they do get blessed a little bit in the late game here. Phase 7. You can't call it really. Oh, Hacks absolutely shitting on Monty. What?
Yeah, that's not a blessing. Hexaday is trying to crawl, drag Fabled into the end game. They're not going to go and confirm that knock. They need to find a better position to hold off against the gas cans and hold off. I mean, aggress onto them. Maybe a little too aggressive, a lot of damage. Honey Badger has already crossed the road. Perhaps that was unexpected by Fabled. They're proning behind the vehicle for a little bit of defense. Dare I say, the grenade from Box comes in, cooked too long, but
He's
it
got an
still
angle.
tickles their toes.
Honey Badger's got an angle underneath the UAZ. You can't leave him to just shoot at you guys. Yeah, there you go. He's going to find the first. The second's already lit up. Haxeti does get the first aid off, but yeah, the damage is just too much. Honey Badger with a perfect angle underneath. It's actually Vegas that finishes off Haxeti there. Boxic going to try and steal this one away with a nade, potentially. Nope, later finds it anyway. So, Fabled. They relieved some of the pressure by getting that knock onto Monty. Went for a ballsy play, but like you said, I don't think they read the Honey Badger relocate.
I mean, how could you? I'm looking at the way that the hill moves, and I don't really think there's a way that you could properly see that unless you spotted maybe a little angle of where the road catches your eye and you could see him cross, but that's just unfortunate timing. But now, Honey Badger up front, whether they know Rip is in his exact position or not, they should know that the surviving members of Fabled are not in a strong position, so now they can put a little more attention onto the Comets. But it's going to be a difficult cross. So many smokes deployed to try and make it across that road. And the
Honey
Comets
Badger.
haven't gotten a knock just yet onto the gas cans, but it's still can't be happy. Honey
Dude.
Badger, is he jump spotting?
Dude, Honey Badger might be able to wrap that ridge. If he can get, I mean, he's going to be able to line up like all four of them. If he can get to something that gives him a little bit of a head peek or just something that he can take a wide open angle on, Monty actually coming over this way might spot this out. Honey Badger's got to be careful here. He can't spend too long on this body.
Well, his teammates are following up, so if he does get in a little bit of trouble, he is going to have the support because they able to make their cross the road. And the Comets know that, so they're watching this angle. They're watching this side. He lets it rip onto Leda. A little bit of damage. It's going to be Yaxley who finds the headshot to knock him, and an immediate grenade to follow up. Doesn't find the immediate kill. They're still pushing onto them. Spot Sneakus. Yaxley still picking up more kills for his squad. Oh, that's
my
a good
God.
grenade.
No way. No way. Voxic gets the second one down. Vegas is going to fall. Voxic now. Got one player super low HP there.
Oh.
Unfortunately, later finds it. That would have been the craziest 1v4.
Leda was at 5 HP. If that grenade did only maybe a little bit more damage, that was a real reality that he won that 1v4. What a big play. But here, Rip finds his own opportunity. Nade doesn't fly nearly far enough. He's not able to pick up a kill of a player that has been down, so he is left to his own 1 versus 3, and Comets are immediately spreading. Monty doesn't get knocked. Both players taken very, very low. You can see the Comets just spreading out. They want this final kill to get their win.
Good stuff. Really, really good stuff from Comets. Again, from a difficult position to fight out of. I mean, quite often we see teams settle for that Alamo next to the warehouse. I call it the warehouse. It's the gallery or whatever you want to call it now. But that Alamo out in the field, it's notoriously difficult to get out of. And I mean, we saw Comets be really proactive with the clearance on Veritas. And then, again, the phase 7 was good for them, but they worked for it. So really good stuff from Comets.
Yeah, very, very tricky endgame, I think, for a lot of teams to play around. So for a few of them, getting away with even just a couple of kills, I think, more than glad to take it. Aragel has not been very friendly. I will say that. But that's fine, because we're done with Aragel for the day. We only have 2 more matches of Miramar left to go. So while we get that set up, while we charter a plane to take all of our players over to the new island, we're going to go on a break. So don't go anywhere.
Ooh,
Smooth
snappy.
as butter. Yeah, and that's how Dodge take the first game. 4 up at the very end, 20 points overall with the winner chicken dinner. And okay, with those kill points that Civil was able to salvage, he puts himself and his team in 2nd place overall.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. It was obviously Sonics that was the ones holding them out. I think it was Fabled as well. They went out with 0 points. So just to put it in perspective, it's the difference between like a 3-point game and an 11-point game. So really good stuff from Civ there.
Yeah, well, it's been a bit of a struggle for SEK overall with those first 2 games. They're going to have to start to really pick it up if they want to try and overtake the Hardshift's 1st place position. Dodge, good game. Veritas with a pretty good game as well. So the top 2 positions from game 1, not exactly a repeat, but they're continuing to climb up. But to loop up the 3 teams that we're looking at on the right side on the lower half of the leaderboard, Duel not as successful this time around.
No. And again, I think things started pretty terribly for them, to be fair. Wooly getting plucked as his feet touched the
That's
ground.
true.
But yeah, I mean, it's a recurring trend, right? That one decent game, one bad game.
Well, I think there's still a number of teams that we're waiting on to really properly show up. We do still have 3 games left, and even some of the best teams in the entire region will have off entire days. So you obviously don't want to be, I guess, too critical during the very opening weekend of group stage. All that matters in the end is being top 16, and we can see the total leaderboard right now. Already Zenith have fallen to 3rd because of that previous game for STK. 15 points ahead of Sonics they are, and still 19 points. That math feels wrong, but I think it's 19 points behind Hardships.
Sure. I go for it. Math's
Feels wrong. It
definitely,
feels wrong. I think it
definitely
is,
not
though.
my strong point. Yeah, it is. It is
Okay.
just before chat goes crazy that we can't count, but it is. I mean, not much movement elsewhere. Gascan's obviously made a bit of a dash in the game 1 of the day. Veritas kind of, I mean, keeping pace, and they're obviously trailing a little bit previously, but Tactical 8, again, they struggled in the first to really convert that good positioning they had. And
Yeah.
again, in that previous one, just, I mean, things just fell apart, really.
Yeah. Still 5th place for them, but they're going to have to really turn it up for these final 3 if they want us to think that they are going to be a consistent threat in the overall leaderboards. I see on the map